In this kayak fishing video, I'm going to show you how I catch striped bass without a live well on my kayak. I start my fishing trips with a sabiki rig, which I use to catch bait fish like mackerel. On this trip, I almost immediately catch a handful of mackerel. I immediately live line one of them and put the mackerel in the ocean as quickly as possible, keeping the others as spares. This mackerel is still alive, and I string the circle hook in one nostril and out the other. This allows the bait fish to swim around naturally with a hook in its nose while I troll it around in my kayak. I have caught a lot of striped bass using this method. While I troll the live mackerel, I have the other bait fish sitting around in my kayak, and they eventually die of suffocation since I do not have a live well. When I lose my live mackerel for whatever reason, here's what I do. This is the second method, and it's my secret weapon since I do not have a live well. I take a circle hook to a dead mackerel and hook it under the chin and through the forehead. This closes its mouth, and I'm able to troll the dead mackerel around and pull it along with my kayak and present it like a living mackerel. Otherwise, the dead mackerel would be floating around with its mouth open. I have caught a lot of striped bass like this as well. On this kayak fishing trip, I got a bite from a large striped bass on this dead mackerel. The third method I use is to chunk the dead mackerel into pieces, like sushi-sized pieces, and fish with the chunks on hooks. For all these methods, the key concept here is that where there are bait, there are potentially some striped bass lurking around. So there is no need for a live well to transport the bait fish to another location. Also, since I'm in a kayak, it takes me a long time to paddle from one location to another. So I immediately start fishing wherever I am with either the live mackerel as bait, or a dead mackerel with the hook under its chin and through its forehead, or I fish with chunks. I try to troll to nearby rocks slowly, as I believe that is where the large striped bass try to hunt for their prey. They call striped bass rockfish because they like hanging out near rocks. What do you do when you go kayak fishing? Do you use similar methods to live line mackerel, or to use dead mackerel as bait? Or have you used a net to keep them alive, or a do-it-yourself version of a live well on your kayak? I've heard of different methods of using bait and different methods of do-it-yourself live wells, so if you have any tips, please share them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. This striped bass that I caught was about 25-26 inches long. It was short of being a keeper here in Massachusetts, so it was a safe catch, photo, and release. Finally, I want to thank my wife and daughter for my new lucky fishing hat. It's a shelter hat that is a bucket hat, but it has a plastic rim at the front that prevents the hat from flopping in your eyes, and it makes it windproof. It also protects you from the sun and floats if it's dropped in water. And it has a secret pocket to store things in it. Thank you to my family, and thank you to Shelter Hats. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click like, comment, or subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. And lastly, check out my fishing playlist on my YouTube channel. Thank you.